Alright guys, welcome. In this video, you get a chance to exactly understand how to do a drop fade. Okay, we're gonna work with diagonal lines here. We're actually gonna do a skin drop fade coming from the shaver, and we're gonna do a short fringe on top. Make sure we get a nice volume and texture on top here, on the apex and on the crown area. My first step is actually I wanna clean this area with the number 2 guard. Alright, so I'm gonna put the number 2 and I'm gonna put on lever 3. Okay, and we're gonna work with diagonal line. So I want my client always on this position. I don't want on this position or this position. Okay, I want always him like this. And my guide here is my high recession point right here on top. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come on diagonal. I'm not gonna actually, put pressure while I'm using the clipper. I'm actually gonna go using his skull, and I'm actually gonna leave the hair like this. So you can see a nice diagonal line. So I want you guys to pay attention. My hands are softly as I apply the hair clipper on my client. And I'm gonna come in on a diagonal line. Remember, I'm using a lever 3. Coming from the back. And I'm gonna stay that diagonal line. I'm gonna come on lever 2 now. And I'm just gonna get right here on the bottom, close to the hairline. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So like I said, guys, we're gonna start on the other side now with the guard number 2. I'm gonna come all this to the bottom. I'm on guard number 2 on lever 3. I'm on that high recession point. And I'm just gonna come in a diagonal. Okay, I want to make sure I don't make a heavy line, so I'll make easier my connection to the scissors on top. So I'm applying the hair clipper nice and softly on my client's head. Keep it simple. Now I'm gonna put on lever 2. Put this hair here on bottom. And now here on the back side, I'm just gonna do a nice curve because I wanna respect the crown area. I want volume. And I'm just gonna do a nice curve. And now I'm gonna put on lever 2, clean this area on the bottom. And I basically just clean the whole hair, which I'm gonna start doing the fade right now. So I want you guys to follow it. Now guys, I'm gonna use that low recession point here, and I'm just gonna come on a nice diagonal line using my 0 from my clipper, which I call a 3-0, okay? One thing you can do also is also put a little bit down, not exactly on lever 1 and not even on lever 2, right on the middle. And I'm just gonna mark that diagonal line, just to make sure. And now I'm just gonna put on lever 1, and I'm just gonna clean that. And right when I get to that line, I'm gonna just put a little bit, to the top. I'm not gonna put it with my blade like this on the scalp. I'm actually hitting the back of my blade and just bringing it up so I can open that to the next step. It's really important you guys don't apply the teeth of the blade. Use exactly the back of the blade so you guys can get a nicer result. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Put between 1 and 2 and just make a diagonal line using the recession low point. Make that diagonal line. I'm just gonna put on lever 1, and now I'm just gonna come cleaning. And I'm just gonna clean and always open to my next guard. Now I'm gonna do the back area, which I'm also gonna put between 1 and 2, the lever of my clipper. And I just want that line straight right here on the acceptor bone. And now I'm gonna put on level 1 and I'm just gonna close it. Always giving that nice open to the next guard. And as you can see now, we're gonna clean our client and apply the next 0. Now guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my trimmer. I also like to use my trimmer with the T blade, okay? And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm not actually gonna get on top of this line right here. I'm actually gonna work doing the hairline and connecting to the 0 that I did on my clipper. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stretch here a little bit. And I wanna connect. Basically, if I apply my teeth, I'm gonna make a nice line. So what I'm gonna do is I'm applying the back of my blade, so I'll make sure I don't create no lines between. And I can show you guys the difference on the back area so you guys understand actually what I'm trying to say. Okay, cleaning the whole hairline. And now I'm going to go to the back area so you guys can see it. All right guys, so I want you guys to pay attention closely. See, since I got this space on the back, I want to show you guys how I apply my trimmer. If I put my teeth, okay, as you guys can see it, I'm applying my teeth right here on my blade. And you guys see I create a nice line. You see that? You see how I create that line right here? So the difference is between applying the teeth of the blade and the back of the blade is I want to fade it always. I'm applying the back of my blade and I'm not creating no line. As you see it, I'm just doing that C motion, which is my arm doing the C motion. I'm applying the back of the blade and fading to that 3-0, which is my hair clipper, the 0 of my hair clipper. And look at how smooth that is. You guys see it? You see that difference? So pay attention guys, when you're applying the trimmer, you never want to mark nothing. You always want to make sure your work is pretty clean, and your hands, it has to be softly. So now we're going to go to this side. Now I'm going to do the same thing now. Just coming on the hairline, and putting the back of my blade, and just to connect the 2 type of 0s that we just did, which is from the hair clipper and the trimmer. So now we're gonna clean our client. Always keep your client clean. It's really important guys to keep your client always clean. And now I'm gonna apply the shaver, and I want you guys to really focus how I'm gonna apply this machine. Now guys, as you can see, when I apply this shaver, okay, most of the guys actually got their hand nice and hard applying to the client. I wanna go nice and slow. Column by column. I always like to start on the back. And in case you create a line or something, okay, all you gotta do is get your shaver and apply it going down. And you can see now I'm creating a nice white contrast. And now I'm going to go to the sides. And basically what I want to clean is the whole neck area and the whole hairline. So now we're gonna come to the hairline here on the sides. And basically what I like doing is I actually started going down, especially on the top of the ear, so I make sure I don't create a nice hard line to take out. Yeah, I'm just gonna go easily, eliminating that hairline. Now I'm gonna go to the other side. Now I'm gonna go to this side, start cleaning the neck area. I'm going to the hairline. Now start using up from down. Now in this area. And like I said, on top of the ear, I always like to put my shaver from up and down. Or following the hair, not against the hair. Okay, and there you go. I got a nice clean work in which I just stand out the whole white part. And on the fade, you gotta make sure you get that clean white, gray, and black all connected, nice and faded. So let's go to the next part. Now our next step is trying to open to the gray. So what we're gonna do is put on lever 3, okay? We're gonna use the mid recession point right here, and we're actually gonna create a nice line, but keep that hand softly and always try to open to the next guard. And you guys can see, we're creating actually a line here on top, which is gonna open. We're gonna use the guards number 1.5, the 1, the 0.5. And now that we just used our lever 3, now I'm gonna put on lever 2, and I'm gonna erase this line. Just keep it on the line. Don't put that clipper too up. And we're gonna get a nice smooth fading from the white to the gray. As you guys can see it. And now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. All right guys, so we're coming to the other side. I'm gonna put that lever 3. And I'm also using the mid recession point right here. So I'm gonna come and always open to the next guard like I told you guys. Keep it nice and diagonal, which is what we're trying to do, is exactly that drop fade. So now I'm gonna put on lever number 2. And now on the lever 2, we're gonna come and erase this line right here real quick. As you guys can see it. Okay, and now we're gonna go to the back area. All right guys, so now we're gonna do the back area. I'm gonna give a nice open. As you guys see, I'm not marking nothing. On the back area, you're actually gonna go about 2 fingers. Actually always gonna double it up what you use on the sides. So now I'm gonna put on lever number 2, and I'm gonna knock this line. Now guys, I'm gonna put on lever number 2, as you guys can see it, and I'm gonna knock out this line right here. Okay, real quick. All right. And there you go. All right, guys, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put that 1.5. I'm gonna go lever 3. I'm gonna pass this line about a finger, and lever 2, I'm gonna stick on the line. All right, so you guys can see it. So I'm gonna do it real quick. Keep a diagonal line. Basically, I want to open to do the shears of a comb technique. And now I'm going to put on lever number 2, and I'm going to keep here just on the line. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side and on the back area. And we're gonna work on this side, lever 3. Lever 3. And I want you guys also see that I'm not creating no mark. I'm not putting this clipper back. I'm just using the score, and I'm actually going, straight, like creating a wall. Nice and easy. Now I'm gonna put on that lever 2, and I'm gonna stick on this line. Now we're gonna do that back real quick. So lever 3. Then we're gonna go to lever 2. That's basically about it. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the number 1. Now guys, I put number 1, I'll put on lever 3, and I'm gonna keep using the same technique, which I'm gonna pass a little bit about the line. And now I'm gonna keep using the same technique. I'm actually not gonna go 2 fingers, but I will go 1 finger passing the line with the number 1. Just smooth that out. Now I'm gonna go to lever 2, and I'm gonna stick just on the line. And you guys can see the whole difference now, look. You see it's almost coming together, connecting with the gray. And now I'm gonna do the other side. All right guys, coming to this side, number 1, lever 3. We're passing 1 finger. And now we're coming on lever 2, and we're gonna come right on the line. Okay, now we're gonna work on the back. Now on the back, we're coming on lever 3 with number 1. Then on lever 2, we're gonna come right on the line. And now we're gonna go to the next guard, which is gonna be the 0.5. All right guys, now I got the guard 0.5 on lever 3. I'm just gonna come, pass about a little bit, half a finger. I'm just gonna clear, connecting basically the gray to the black. And basically what I'm doing is right now connecting the white to the gray. And now I'm gonna go to lever 2, and now I'm actually gonna stick right on the line because I could create a line here now. So real smooth. I'm gonna knock out the line. All right guys, I'm gonna repeat the same thing on this side. And one thing you guys gotta know is if you got any marks on it, don't, you know what I'm saying, focus right now. On the review of the whole haircut, that's when we're gonna focus, and I'm gonna pass you guys a little trick that I use, okay? So right now, I always like to come against the hair. That's why I'm coming from the back towards the front. And now I'm gonna use on lever 2, so you guys can see it. And I'm gonna knock this line. Nice and simple, nice and smooth. Now I'm gonna do the back area. Now we're gonna do the back area. I'm using the lever 3. You guys can see it. Now I'm gonna go on lever 2, right on the middle. And I'm just gonna erase that line. And basically what we just did, we connect the white to the gray. Now I'm gonna go to the top area, and after I'm gonna come to the sides here on the connection so I could give a nice square shape. Now before we go to the top, I wanna clean my client. Make sure it's nice and smooth. You guys can see it. Just remember guys, now I've finished my sides, I'm gonna work on the top area. Then after I'm gonna do the connection, okay? But I'm not gonna focus right now if I'm not satisfied 100% with the fade, Okay, I want to look later on, which I'm gonna do my review. Okay, so I want to make sure you guys get that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna skip nothing. I want you guys to see the details of this haircut. All right, guys. So most barbers, when they go wet the hair, you know what I'm saying, they use their hands. I like to study the hair, so I'm gonna use the comb. So the comb, actually I could get to study, you know what I'm saying, how this hair, I could actually comb to it, what kind of style I could give to it. I'm gonna wet here the back area. Basically, my scissors is pretty simple in this haircut, but there's some details which I want you guys to learn. So, right here where I got this curve on the skull, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna do a nice line division, separating the back to the top, okay? And what I'm gonna do is now, I'm gonna get this right here and I'm gonna separate a nice guideline. You guys can see it. And basically what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put a guideline now towards the front. Okay. And basically I wanna build weight on the back area, on the crown. So what I'm actually gonna do is, I wanna make sure I pull this up here with a 90 so I can make sure and fall, you know what I'm saying, with volume. Okay, if I knock this out with a 45, you know what I'm saying, if I put a diagonal line, it's gonna come short. Or if I follow the skull, okay, it's actually also gonna come short because it's gonna come like a curve. So basically what I wanna do is, I wanna keep this volume, so I'm gonna put a 90 here, okay, and this, I'm gonna knock it out with scissors or comb so I can get a nice square shape, okay? All right, guys, so what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna get this hair right here that's really short, which I could get a nice crown with nice volume, okay, as you can see it. And I'm gonna go work towards the front, okay. I got my scissors holding like this. I don't wanna put this elbow up right here, okay. So basically what I'm gonna do is, I've got right here, and I'm just gonna actually come right here on the scissors, okay. So basically, you also could work like this, ain't no problem, but I prefer using like this. It's so much easier. Okay, and I'm gonna come to the apex. And now what I'm gonna do is, since I want soft here, I'm actually gonna give a nice curve, okay? So basically what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna come and I'm just gonna follow the skull, coming in with a nice curve so I can get some softness towards the front, okay? Okay, now it's pretty simple. Now we're gonna push it back and cut with our guide. Okay, so you guys are gonna see it's pretty simple, the scissor work. All right, since I pushed the hair after creating the guideline to this side, what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna pull it up here. And you guys see my guide here. I'm just gonna knock this whole hair right here. Push it to the side, knock it out. And I'm gonna keep pushing back and you guys will see a nice clear guide. Okay, I'm not gonna do this because this is scissor over comb. I'm just gonna push it towards my line. Okay, if I don't see no guide, I'll come back. See my guide, I'll cut it. And I'll just come back using my guide. Simple scissor work, guys, nothing difficult. See, I don't see no guide. I come back. It's pretty simple. Simple, nice and easy, fast scissor work, and we're getting straight to the point where we want it. Push it up here, the back area. Okay, this is very important. You guys got to push up the back area and cut what's passing. And now what we're gonna do is, now we're gonna get half of this side and push it to the other side and do exactly the same thing. As you guys can see it, we got our guide here. We're just gonna push it back. All right. Remember always to push it up here, the crown area, to get volume. I'm gonna go a little bit more. Get this little part that was missing. Okay, basically we're pretty much sure we're done. Now I'm gonna correct this. So since I cut the horizontal line, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double check, with a vertical line. So basically I'm gonna come here, see if everything's okay. Just take a little bit off. Here I know I put the curve. I'm gonna go again in the middle now. And I know I did a curve here, so make sure you remember the lines you created, okay? Now I can't go to this side because I'm actually pushing a lot of hair. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the other side and do it. Now I'm gonna come to this side. I know I use a curved here. So my curve. Straight line. Always double check the work, guys. Always. Okay, I'm done with the top. Now I'm just gonna blow dry it, follow the hair and push everything down so I could come back with that scissor over comb against the hair. And what we're looking for, that nice square shape. Now guys, when I blow dry it, I don't put 100% on hot mode, but I follow the hair. I'm not gonna do this, I'm actually gonna follow and push everything down. I like first blowing dry in the back, then I go towards the sides, which I'm gonna go right now. I'm using this Cricut brush. It's nice. The hair just flows to it. Remember, I'm also gonna texture this hair. And to apply the texture technique, I'm gonna need this hair completely dry. And the scissor over comb also. Go to the other side now. Pretty simple. Try not to stop your blow dryer. Try to keep always having it moving. Okay, basically, I'm pretty done. Okay, now we're gonna do that scissor over comb. Now guys, we're gonna start working that scissor over comb. Since I want that square shape, what I wanna do is the teeth of my comb, I actually wanna follow the skull, okay? And I'm gonna hit the hairs right here, okay? I know I'm doing the technique right because I see this line on the bottom. And after I'm gonna come on the back, or the back of my comb here on the base, and I'm just gonna clean it out a little bit more, okay? I'm gonna work with two types of combs, okay? I'm gonna work with this type of comb here, and I'm gonna also work with this type of comb. The shears that I use in this situation is when I'm actually working with this comb, I'm gonna use the shears, a 7, okay? And actually when I'm gonna go to this comb right here, I like to use the thinner shears, okay? So we're gonna work right now. So we're gonna come on the points. We're just gonna take that off and connect a nice smooth connection to the gray and the black. Okay, using the teeth of the comb just to follow the skull, getting a nice connection. As you guys can see it. Okay. Keep only taking out the point of the hair. You know what I'm saying? Don't do this. Okay. Just keep on the points of the hair and just keep on knocking. And after, what I'm gonna do is I could come on the back and start working with this, with the base. Just taking a little bit now more, keeping that nice and smooth connection. And now, since I want to be, you know what I'm saying, more safe, I'm gonna use my thinning shears, which will give me a nice connection, because exactly, you see how thin it is? Okay, so I'm gonna come right now. I'm gonna come going against the hair. See that? And getting a nice smooth connection. Okay. And look how smooth that is, guys. I mean, that's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? We're getting a nice connection. Okay, and I'm gonna work towards this way here on the back. Just keep a nice fade connecting all the three colors. Just keep a nice fade going, nice work. Clean work also. We're putting no makeup to this hair. And look at that. Look how clean that is, guys. Okay? You guys can see that's really nice and clean. Alright, so now we're gonna work towards the back. Now we're going towards the back here. As you guys can see it. Always taking my guide. Okay, it's really important to see this line right here. Really important. I'm gonna knock out a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna use the other scissors, which is the thinner scissors, and I'm gonna switch the comb to get a nice connection. Nice and smooth. Look at that, guys. It's clean work. Okay, perfect work. I love it. As you guys can see it. Look how clean that is. And we're gonna work towards all around the hair. Okay guys, so let's just keep on working towards the back. Okay, keep with your guide. Okay, I see my guide here. I'm gonna knock all this. Okay, you guys can see it. I'm gonna take a little bit of that weight, and I'm just gonna come nice and smooth with the base of the comb. Now I'm gonna change to that thinning shears. And just get that all connected as you guys see it. Nice and perfect, okay? Now, it's gonna keep on going, keep on moving. Let's go to this area now. I'm gonna try to bring the guide here from the back. And I'm coming to this side. And after this, basically what we're gonna do is, and we're gonna give some nice section, and then after we're gonna review the whole haircut. So we see what's not satisfied and actually work on it so we don't lose time. See that? Now we're just gonna turn to it, the back, using the base. Just give a nice, softly clean work. And I'm coming now, guys, with the thinning shears to get that nice connection. Coming all the way from the back. And always work clean, working column by column. Okay, as you guys see it, I'm not skipping. Okay, I'm not coming here and then coming here. Now I'm working column by column. And here I'm putting the base of the comb. You guys can see that line, perfect. Okay, and I'm working towards the front. Or it comes against the hair. You guys can see it. And that fade coming out so clean, guys. I love this work. Look how clean that fade is. Okay. Now we're gonna start working on some texture. Okay, then after we're just gonna clean. And if anything that's bothering us, we're gonna nice and smooth out more of the fade. Now guys, we're gonna texture this hair. It's gonna be a simple texture. We're just gonna go up and down with our scissors, half of the finger, okay? So I'm gonna get this right here. Just gonna pull up, and I'm just gonna go like this. Column by column. I'm actually gonna tell my client to please close his eyes. Okay, so I'm coming towards the front. Now I'm gonna come to the middle. Okay, now to the left side. It's really important to tell your clients to keep their eyes closed, okay? Because a lot of hair is gonna come in their eyes when you're doing this technique. And you wanna make sure you touch a lot right here, you know what I'm saying, close to the fringe. That's what's gonna give that nice look when you apply some hair products. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, okay, now I'm gonna clean my client. All right, guys. So I want you guys to pay attention now because I already did the fade. I did the, you know what I'm saying, the work on top. okay, I also did the connection. So basically now is my review. I'm actually gonna see what I'm not satisfied 100% and I'm gonna work on it. Okay, you guys know that I use lever 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so basically the review on my fade, okay, I'm gonna find out what guard that I applied in that area. Like I know from the gray to the black, I did number 1, 1.5, and 2. And I know from the white to the gray, okay, I did the 0 from the hair clipper, 0 from the trimmer, shaver, and I also worked with the 0.5. Okay, so I got this line here, I'm not 100% satisfied. I don't know if you guys could see it, okay, but I'm actually gonna knock that line out, and I know it was the 0.5, so I'm gonna start on lever 3. Okay. And now I'm gonna go to lever between the 3 and the 2. And I can see it already, she's coming off. Okay, I'm gonna come back on lever 3. And I see that now she's nice and erased. Okay, now I'm gonna work towards the back and see what's bothering me. All right guys, so now I got this line here also bothering me. So I'm gonna start, I know that's on the 0.5. So I'm gonna put here on lever 3. Now I'm gonna go between the 3 and the 2. And I can see that starting to smooth out. And I'm gonna go between the 1 and the 2 real nice and real carefully. Come back to the lever 3. And now I'm gonna see it kind of fall away, see how it looks. All right, now I'm on this side. Okay, I'm not 100% satisfied right here. Okay, I'm being real critical with my work. I'm gonna put that number 1 with the lever 3. Okay, and I'm just gonna come right here. Between the 3 and the 2. Between the 1 and the 2. Now see that didn't came out, so I'm actually going to go now to my 0.5. Okay, and I'm actually gonna try to erase that right now with my lever 3. Now, since I know that the number 1 didn't came out, I got my 0.5 now. I'm gonna come with the lever 3. And I see that's starting to smooth out. Now I'm gonna go between the 3 and the 2. And now I can see, you know, that line is just starting to get out right now. As you can see guys, I actually took that line nice and easily. You know, when I come with this technique on the review, it's much easier and it's much safer. Okay, now that worked on the 2 sides, I'm gonna see the back area now. Now, on the back area, I know I got a lot of volume right here, which you guys can see, okay? And I actually wanna take a little bit more of that volume. And the way that I'm gonna do that is kind of simple. I gotta make sure my shears is good, my thinning shears. And look at this, just look exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna close it, and I'm gonna push it. See it? I'm gonna close it, I'm gonna push it. Just to make sure I get that nice weight off that area. Okay, you see I'm getting that nice weight. And now I'm just gonna get the points. And I can get that nice, clear, smooth fading. That connection is working pretty good. And you see how I clean that out? Okay, that's perfect. All right, now let's finish this hair with some styling so you guys can check my work. Hope you guys like it. All right guys, now that I got that perfect fade, okay, I love the texture, I love the hair, I love the results. I'm gonna clean my client, creating that nice white for the picture. And how I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna apply the powder right here on the white area, as you guys can see it. Okay, and I'm just gonna keep now rotating so I can get that nice, clean picture, okay? Look at that, that's perfect. Okay, I mean, look at that. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect fade. All right, and now let's, you know what I'm saying, put some styling. Since I work with the fade and I want to really to stand out, I'm gonna apply something that actually gonna look my hair look more wet, so that way I get more texture. Okay, so that's, I want to really want to stand out that fade. Okay, I want everybody to actually get their attention, okay, and see that nice clean haircut. All right, guys, so what I'm gonna use for this haircut, okay, is a pomade effect gold. It's gonna give me a nice styling, kind of wet, you know what I'm saying, type of hair on top, and it's gonna stand out my texture. So what I'm gonna do is right now, I'm gonna get a little bit, just a little bit, okay. If you wanna know actually the amount, I'm just gonna put on my thumb, okay, that type of amount right there. And what I'm gonna do is now, I'm just actually gonna apply on my hands, and I'm just gonna now use it downwards like this. And as you can see it, I'm gonna put the hair on the bottom here. So as you can see, look at that nice texture, you know what I'm saying? As you can see on the hair. And that's exactly what I want. That nice short fringe. Okay. And look at that. Look how that styling came to. Okay. Well, I hope you guys like it. Okay, now I want to show you guys a little bit more closely with the camera. Okay, so you guys can see the details. Now guys, I hope you like it. Okay, I'm gonna now show you guys more closely the results, because man, I just love this haircut. Okay, so we did a short fringe. So to understand, we worked the fade area, then we worked the top area, okay, and then after we did connections, okay, and after we did that review. So real simple, the techniques. I hope you like it, and now enjoy the results.